Hey, how's everyone doing? This is Oz with Oz Mechanics, and on today's video we got this 2014 Toyota Camry right behind me. So the issue with this Toyota Camry is actually coming from another shop. It had an engine code P0705, and that's the issue with the range sensor. So they went ahead, changed it out, and after that the code still came back. So how about in today's video we get to try to figure out this issue and give the vehicle back to the customer. Alright, so we're inside the vehicle right now. I have the key on position. Let's look at these codes right here. Alright, so we have 3 codes right here. But I will let you know, when I went to that shop and we were checking this out, preliminary check, they did remove the mass airflow sensor because the air box was right there. So we have these 2 codes, but this is the main one that they're trying to figure out. So right now, like I said, they did replace the range sensor. So it has a brand new range sensor and there's a Toyota one. So I'm not worried about that. I want to look at what's going on right here. So I'm just going to do a little quick test right here. And what I want to do, I'm going to go back. And we're going to go to data display. Alright, now I just want to verify what's going on right here. So what we need to do first is go to custom. And let's just graph these, the 4. So we can see it's on right here. Then we can go to reverse. As you can see, park went down, reverse is up, neutral, and drive. So one of the things that the shop was telling me is that as soon as they took off the code, it would pop right back up. But looking at this data right here, this is showing me that this is actually pretty good. So now what I want to do is go a little step further, is that we can actually go ahead and hook this up to our scope. And then I want to see if we see any dropouts right here. And that's going to be one of the main things. And you're probably asking, what's that little blip right here? That's when I went back to park. So you're going to see from drive, you see those little blips because I'm going pretty fast like that. So that's where we're getting those small little blips from. But right now what I want to do is hook up our scope and see if we have any dropouts or anything, because remember, this is a process rate right here, but if we go to a scope, we can actually see what's going on, and I really want to see that and how to get a better understanding. So let's go to the front of the vehicle, hook the scope up. Alright, so we had a little air box right here, and if we go down there, we can see our brand new neutral safety switch. So as you can see, that's our brand new one. This is the old one. As you can see, it's all crusty, but it has Toyota. And as well, if we go down here, that's a Toyota one as well. So I was thinking about maybe probing it back here, but to be quite honest, I found it a lot easier just to go to the ECU right here, and we can just verify where we're hooked up into. All right, so our first one is going to be our park. That's going to be a black wire. And if we go right here, right there, here's our black wire. Reverse, I'm going to go in order. So reverse is going to be a gray wire. That's going to be 66, right about there. You can see the gray one right here. And then we're going to go to neutral, which is 71. That's going to be a blue one. You can see blue. Do our last one, which is going to be drive, and that's going to be connector 67 green, and there's our green one. Now let me have it hooked up where it's showing the scope, and then we're going to go ahead and move our shifter and see what we get. Alright, so as you can remember, this is going to be our park, and then the next one is going to be the red one, which is going to be our reverse, neutral, and drive. So I just kind of had it staggered so we can see when it starts going up and up and up. So let's go inside the vehicle. And right now, the blue one is already up high because that is on park. So let's go to reverse. As you can see, the blue dropped, red went up. Now let's go to neutral and then drive. And check that out. I don't see any drops. Well, this is a brand new sensor right here. So we have blue, red, green, and yellow. Now let's go backwards. And that looks perfect. There's no drops at all. This is exactly what our data PIDs showed in our scan tool. So let's pause this real quick. And I just want to go inside, see if they overlap each other. So as you can see right here, we have our drop and then we have our rise. So we keep on moving down the line. It's going to be the same on every single one of them. Drop, rise. So that's what we got from our picoscope. That looks pretty good. Now the question is, let's look a little bit into this code just a little further. On our scan tool, the snap-on, it has a little troubleshooter, so we can read what it says on there and then go from there. So let's go check that out real quick, see what we find out. So the cool thing about our snap-on right here, we can go to troubleshooter, transmission, code tips, and then this starts with a P0, P07, P0705. All right, so this kind of shows us, you know, the criteria, what's going on, and so on. Any two or more signals of the following are on simultaneously: park, reverse, drive. And as we saw right here from the data, and on top of that from this Pico, this is not it. So we go a little bit further down. Any two or more signals of the following are on simultaneously: neutral, reverse, or drive. And like I said, as we check this out, it's good. We don't have that. And like I was saying, this code sets as soon as you turn on the vehicle. Now let's go to this one right here. Any two or more signals of the following are on simultaneously: NSW, input signals on, R, input signals on, or D, signals on. So we gotta see which one this one is. Or let's check this one out right here. All switches are off simultaneously for P, N, S, NSW, R, or D when the following conditions are met for 2 seconds or more while it's on the S position. We haven't seen that one either. So if we're on the S position and any of these are on, it will set that code. So it says right here, possible causes: open or short, park neutral position safety switch, park neutral switch assembly, ECM. Can go back to our data display and see what's going on. And remember, it showed if you're on the S and any of these are on, that would cause it. So let's go back over here. So we got our SW signal, and let's go to our sports switch. Bam. All right, let's check this out. See what we have. All right, so this is our SW signal. I'm in park. Remember, it says if we're in reverse. Let's check that out. So we're in reverse and it's off. Now let's go to drive right here, and the SW signal is off too. But I don't know if you see that right here. Check this out right here. Sports mode selection switch. So right now I'm not in sports mode. It's on. We're going to move to neutral. It's on right here. As you can see, now neutral is on. Let's go to reverse. And look at the sports mode. It does not move. So reverse, sports mode still on. And park, sports mode still on. Remember, when we saw that code criteria saying if any of these are on while sports mode is on, it's going to throw this code. All right. Let's go to sports mode. And all I'm going to do right here, I'm just going to kind of give it like a little hit. And let's see what happens. We'll put this on graph. It's on this whole time. And if we go back to the troubleshooter code, when any of these following conditions is met for 2 seconds or more in the S position. So if we are in the S position and any of these are on, that means that would cause a code. Say we're in park and the S position stays on, that would throw the code, neutral, and so on. So now it makes sense. If they said as soon as they cleared the code and we're in park and it's still on the sports position, it would throw that code. Let me do a little bit more research. I want to see how this is going on, because right now possible causes is showing the neutral safety switch, ECM, but I don't know if it's not showing this. So I'm gonna do some little phone calls and I'm gonna see what's going on. All right, big ups to my training buddies. I had Nolan, so I met him on some training events, and if I'm not mistaken, he's from the northwest side. And I got PJ from Voltage Drop Diagnostics, and he told me, hey, see if the shifter's sticky. It's not sticky, I can tell you one thing, but what happens, look, the cup holder's right here. What's a good chance that stuff got in here? So how about we take this apart, and I just want to see what we find inside. And let's see what we find. Because he did tell me that this is a common issue that they have with these vehicles. But the good thing is that we're doing our testing and we can help other people out on this, like how they helped me out on this one. And this would be awesome. Oh, look at that gunk. Holy jeez. Look at all that gunk. Because if I'm not mistaken, there's a little switch in here. So once you put it into the side right here to sports mode, that's where there's going to be a little plunger. So most likely that one is all nice and gummed up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to see the price on this, and then on top of that, if this is too expensive, I'm going to give the option, I'm going to call the customer, give them the option, see if we can unstick this or see if we can get a second-hand one. So let me see the prices on this and we'll go from there. Just called the dealer. This is pretty expensive. It's about, I don't know if it's just in my area, but man, they want $700. So I'm gonna try to take this apart, see if I can try to clean it up. If not, we're gonna try to see if we can get another second-hand one. See that one that's not too dirty, and we'll see what we can do. All right, so we took this off right here. It was actually 4. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Then just pop that open pop this off right here. And then you have a screw on top right here. So once I got that out, this is going to be where the S switch is going to be at. And if we look down here, I kind of already fixed it up. And I was just trying, I just kind of touched it just to see how it looks. Let me see if I can get you down right there. Alright, okay, that's a lot better. So this in here, that right there, that's kind of protruding outwards, it was actually inside. So that was kind of crazy. I just kind of got this little screwdriver and I barely tapped it and then it popped right out. Now I've been kind of messing around with it. So I don't know why I got stuck in there. But it's basically, it's spring loaded right there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to clean up as much as I can right here with some electrical cleaner. But I will tell the customer that this is going to be the issue, unless they want to spend, you know, that kind of money or a second-hand one. But, you know, what's a good chance that another one, second-hand one, is probably having the same issue. So I'm going to try to clean this up. And if it's just this right here, we're going to go from there. But let me clean it up, and then we're going to look at our data PIDs and see if we can clear the code so it can be over with. So let's just clean this up, try to get it as nice as possible, and then we'll go from there. All right, I cleaned it up. Everything's hooked up, and check this out. Sports mode is off. So park is on right now. Let's go to reverse. Make sure that sports mode doesn't go off, or on actually, I'm sorry. So reverse is on. Neutral is on. Bam. Drive is on. And the most important one right here, sports mode, it's on now. Bam. Off, on, off, on. That is awesome right here. Now, let's verify. So we're gonna look at our codes. Bam. Let's see if we can clear these codes. There you go. No more codes. This is a fix. Man, I want to thank everyone out there from Diag.net to PJ from Voltage Drop Diagnostics to Nolan. Y'all are awesome. Pretty much all it was right here was the switch right here for the sports switch, which was causing this to act up. So there you go. Alright, if you do like this video, please put a big thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that little notification bell to get all brand new videos coming out from Oz Mechanics. Y'all take care. Y'all have a nice day. Woo! This was a fun one. Hey, how's everyone doing? This is Oz with Oz Mechanics, and on today's video I got this 2014 to the camera. Hey, how's everyone doing? So the issue with this Toyota Camry, it's coming from another shop. It had a, what was it? A P0705 code. It had a P0705 code showing that the range sensor was acting up. So after they replaced it, hey, how's everyone doing? This is Oz with Oz Mechanics, and on today's video we get this 2014 Toyota, another shop, and the issue is that it had an issue. Oh God.